going to go and start off with one of our first animals. Yep, all of our animals are real. So these are ball pythons. These guys.
They are constrictors, right?
They are. So these guys are from South America,
Yeah.
and they are. If you notice, these are actually very popular animals for pets because they only get about to be leopard size.
Oh, okay. I wonder what they baby.
Yeah, no. Leopard's quite large for a ball python. Usually they're about 2 to 3 feet. So this is about 2.5 feet. So usually this is a good length for them. So they're very popular as pets just because they don't get as big.
And they don't bite.
Well,
they bite, but they're not poisonous.
Yep, and all animals can bite, but yep, these guys, and they're not venomous.
Okay.
So venomous.
Yeah, but they can squeeze us until we don't breathe.
Right, but do you think that this snake could eat you?
No.
No, probably
not.
not.
And I'm too plump.
Yes, you are too plump. Very much too plump. So these guys wouldn't even try to bite you unless if you were being really, really, really mean to them. And that's just because it takes a lot of energy to bite you. So,
Why is that?
just because they have to be able to, make their little S shape, and then they have to be able to bite you, and so it just takes a lot of energy to be able to bite.
Oh, they use their body mostly. They use their teeth. Okay.
So they're going. Yep. So
which are actually called fangs.
That's right. So, so these guys are the ball pythons, like I was saying, but ball pythons are actually kind of special compared to a lot of snakes. They actually have something called heat pits. So if you notice when we bring them around, if you notice on their face and closer to their mouth, they have these little pits right here. So they're just little holes.
I know that.
And if you, they have to find their animals by this. So this is what an animal would look like to them. So they're nocturnal animals, and this is how they're able to find their food, because obviously in the dark, are you going to be able to see? No. So they use their heat pits to be able to sense body temperature. So you guys, if it was dark outside, he would be able to see you. Not only would he be able to see you, he would be able to see how big you are. So if he thinks that you're really big, he's obviously going to stay away from you because you might what?
Attack them.
Or
Eat them.
Eat them.
Okay.
That's right. So you could be trying to hurt them, or you could be trying to eat them. So, and if he's small like this, like if you guys were mice, he'd be able to be like, oh, okay, this is exactly where I want to be because I want to
eat you.
That's right.
And also,
so, ball pythons are very interesting animals too. Where do you think they get their names from?
because they can curl up into a ball and their paws there's a stricter,
Yes.
which
That's
all
right.
constrictors are called.
So, if you notice on both of our hands, what are they doing?
Twisting up.
Yeah, they're kind of making themselves into a ball. So they think that we are just trees right now, branches on trees. And this is basically how they are all day. They're very, very lazy animals because they're nocturnal. So normally they're sleeping during this time and they'd be awake at night.
But it's kind of dark in there, so they're awake.
Well, they know that they have to go on programs to show you guys our cool animals. So, all right. So with these guys, you can use 2 fingers. All right, and we're just going to pet them down the back. Okay, we're not going to pet them up because if you pet them up, you could accidentally pinch one of their scales. All right, so we
won't be very good.
Exactly. So it would hurt them very badly, and we don't want them to be hurt, right?
Right.
Right, so we're just going to go down the back, and as we are rearranging the snakes, we may ask you to hold on for a second, because we will need to make sure that the face and the tail is away from you guys, because do you want to touch their face? No, because it's kind of uncomfortable for us. If I were to come up and be like this, see? You could potentially get bit. They won't bite you, but you know.
I just make
It also. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. He was a good actor, wasn't he?
I wasn't
So,
gonna
they need to, and it's also just uncomfortable, and you know. So we want to make them as comfortable as possible. We're also just not going to touch their tail because obviously you don't want to just pull on their tail. So just 2 fingers, okay? Right all along here. 2 fingers. 2 fingers. There you go. Good job. You want a pet? No?
Yep, I'll let you down just like that.
Those little ones.
I would never.
Good job.
I would not like to pet it. I would definitely not want to pet it.
You don't want to pet it?
Nope.
You're so excited. You don't want to pet it? Just 2 fingers. Yeah, 2 fingers. See? Was that bad?
No, but this feels good.
Isn't he
Yeah,
soft?
it is. So pretty, but he doesn't want to pet it.
Any of you guys want to pet him?
Oh, come on. He won't fly as long as you don't go on his head. Did he bite you?
No.
Okay. When the animal do that,
All right. So, we're going to put our ball pythons away, and we're going to get out our surprise animal, okay?
they're pretty cool.
We put them in pillowcases so that they don't get scared.
Why?
Well,
Can I
when
bring
they're
them?
traveling, we don't want them floating around, right?
No, because they might be all over the place and get hurt.
Exactly, and we don't want them to get hurt. So this next animal is an animal that sometimes people think is a snake when it comes out. Okay, so when it comes out, I want you to tell me what you think it is.
A lizard.
It is a lizard. So this is a blue-tongued skink, and oftentimes people sometimes think that he is a snake because he's got very, very tiny little feet. So this guy, he is from Australia, and he lives in the desert, so that's why his color is browns and tans.
Because when they out in
he's
the sun,
able-
they change colors.
Well, they don't actually change colors, but they are able to camouflage into the environment. And also because they live in the desert. What is there a lot of in the desert? Sand. So if you notice right here, those are actually its ears. But there's little things that they're like little covers. They cover their ears because when there's a lot of sand, sometimes there's a lot of sandstorms. So they need to be able to cover their ears so that they don't get sand in their ears. So, this is a blue-tongued skink. Why do you think it's called a blue-tongued skink?
Because I think it's because every time his tongue out,
What color is it?
blue.
It's blue. So he has a blue tongue. So if you notice,
already.
I know. So if you were a predator and you saw something bright blue, would that be kind of scary to you? If you saw something that was very tan and then something bright blue, it'd be kind of scary because sometimes in the animal world, bright colors actually means what?
They will eat you.
Well,
They're poisonous.
poisonous or venomous. That's right. So that
Or
blue
they
tongue,
don't taste good.
right? That blue tongue is trying to tell predators, "Hey, stay away from me." But do you think that we would bring a venomous or poisonous animal to see you guys?
No, hopefully not.
No. So this guy is actually using that as a defense mechanism. He is trying to trick the predators from keeping them from eating him. And
But he's actually not poisonous.
he is not. So he's actually got a larger tongue than what you guys are even seeing, okay? I need everybody to stick out your tongues for me, okay? Stick out that tongue. Oh my goodness. Wow.
He showed that.
Some of you you guys have some really big tongues.
Like mine?
And just like the blue-tongued skink. So I want you guys to point to both the ends of your mouth, okay? So we kind of have a small mouth, right? Well, if you notice, on the blue-tongued skink, his mouth goes from here to here.
Whoa.
So,
he can swallow mammals.
well, they actually just eat bugs.
What?
Lots of bugs. So if you notice, he's got a very large mouth opening. So guess what? He's got a really big
Mouth.
tongue. So when he sticks out his tongue, you're only seeing a little bit of it. But when he's really trying to scare you guys away, he sticks out his tongue like this. Bleh. Yeah, really big. Well, you know what, guys? I just had lunch, so I'm good. So you guys, if you guys want to pet our blue-tongued skink, you can. We're gonna do 2 fingers again. All right. So Deb's gonna bring Rue around.
You don't want to?
You touch the snake, but not the lizard.
Yeah.
On
his back.
All right.
Whoa.
Sure.
No, he's actually
He's actually very
similar
full-grown.
to a
They're
snake,
about
but
5 years old.
right.
Do you have another?
Nope, that's it.
Really?
Yep, that's it. I don't have any more animals. All stuffed animals. I'm sorry. I'm actually really boring.
You like my dog? I know you have one because you were smiling.
What are you talking about? I'm not smiling. I'm not smiling.
I know you are.
All right, I am teasing. I do have another animal.
I knew that
promise.
because I can read your mind.
You can read my mind. Woo-wee.
You can never fool a smart boy. I'm smart.
So Rue is one of 3 of our blue-tongued skinks that we have at Animalia. We have her mom, and we also have a boy. And
What's his name?
if we brought our boy, you would be able to see he's quite larger than our females.
Hey, what's his name?
I wonder if I can get closer.
Not very
Fortunately, this is
big.
only facing out camera, so I
Oh yeah.
have to do it like this.
huge around,
Thanks.
it would scare me away.
Oh goodness. Well, he's not that big. They're as big as they get. So we're going to get our other animal,
Last animal?
but I'm gonna go over some things right before we get her out. Okay? So we know the difference between venomous and poisonous, right?
Right.
Right.
Oh,
So-
sometimes mimicry.
Well, so on the outside, there's toxins that make an animal poisonous. So they are not actually injecting anything in you, like venomous animals do. So they actually have to inject their poison into you. Whereas poisonous animals, it's just usually on their skin. Did you guys know that there are 4 types of venomous snakes in Indiana?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so there are 4 of them. You guys have to watch out a little bit. They're mostly in the south,
I watched
in southern
it on
Indiana.
It's a good thing I
Yep.
don't live over that side.
Exactly. So we have this type. This is a water the rattlesnake, and then we also have a cottonmouth or the water moccasin. We've also got a timber rattler, and then a northern copperhead.
Oh, I have
So,
those 4.
You guys can come and look at those pictures when we get done. And so I want to talk to you about what our next animal is.
Copperhead.
Can you guys read what this word says?
Copper.
Constrictors. So we've actually,
Constrictors.
that's right. So we've got a boa, and we're going to be getting her out in just a second. So with boa constrictors, normally they squeeze their animals to death. They suffocate them, and then they eat them. So they try to keep them from moving, and that's why every time the animal breathes in, it gets a little bit tighter, and then they try to breathe out, and then they breathe in again, and it gets a little bit more tight. And then that's when they eat them. So we're going to get out our boa.
Which one? Constrictor.
Well, you'll have to just wait 1 second, okay? All right. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Moved all these around. All right. So this next girl, she is from an island called Madagascar.
Oh.
Yep. So, this is Ocelot. Everybody say hi, Ocelot.
Hi,
So, Ocelot, oh, hold on.
What is he?
What is she trying to do?
She's a Dumeral's ground boa. Can you guys say that? Dumeral's ground boa?
Noodles grandpa.
That's right. So she is she likes to be up really high. So you'll notice her. She'll start trying to climb up my head usually. And she also likes to. Don't worry, I'm not gonna drop her or anything. I like her too much. So we've had her since she was about this big, or she was just a little bit smaller. So she used to be very, very tiny, and now she's about 5 feet, 5.5 feet.
Whoa, that is super big.
Yep, that's
There's
true.
a boa
So,
constrictor.
Actually, she's a lot smaller than our boa constrictor.
What?
Yep, we couldn't bring our other boa because Capuchin was about to shed. So,
Oh, she's climbing.
Ocelot likes to climb, and she won't stop until usually she's at the tip-top of my head. So I'm sure you guys will be able to get a lot of pictures of those because I've got a bunch of those.
She's on your neck.
Yeah, floating around. So, what are you guys doing? Are you scared of this or something? Usually, I have sunglasses on, and she likes to go in between my sunglasses. Yeah. So, I am obviously too big for her, so she won't try to eat me or try to constrict on me. And that's just because,
she likes you too much.
well, she does love me too much. I've worked with, this is my 3rd summer with her. And,
Oh, she's curling up into a ball.
yep. So,
I'm
I'm going to, actually, we're not going to pet her, unfortunately, because she is actually opaque, and so she actually shouldn't have even been out on this program too. So when they become opaque, they get these covers over their eyes, and that means they're about to shed. So we actually just fed our snakes this last weekend, and if you notice, she's got a little bit of white on her eyes, and that is opaque. So within the next day or two, she will be shedding, and we'll be able to get some of her shed, kind of like the shed that we have here. So this actually came from one of our milk snakes.
What?
Yep.
Why
So-
did you bring a milk snake?
Well, because that was
They're
actually
not
out on
poisonous.
another program, so we weren't able to bring any of our other snakes. So this is some really cool snake skin that we've got. We've also got some more snake skin from our other snakes. And you're able to, yeah. She likes to do that.
She's everywhere around
If you notice, she's also trying, oh, hello, Ocelot. Hello. She's also trying, she likes to put her tail into pockets. And so on like Earth Day and some of our large outdoor programs, yeah. I know, I'm used to having a snake on my head, so it's okay.
Maybe she
So-
wants you alive.
What?
Maybe
They are kind of strange.
And
So if you guys notice,
notice,
like we were talking about poisonous and venomous earlier, we do have an actual snake skeleton and the skull, and you are able to see the fangs. And this would be what they would inject into your, they would bite you and inject their venom through these actual fangs.
Whoa, that is super creepy.
Yes, it sure is.
She's on your
I
relay.
know. Goodness gracious, Ocelot.
Maybe she
So-
loves you a lot.
She does, and I know it.
That's why she crawls all over you.
She's very active because guess when she's awake?
What?
During the daytime. She's not asleep during the night. She's usually moving
Whoa,
around.
Her tail is.
Yep. She likes to attach to anything and everything. So I'm actually going to put her up, and then we are going to get out our ball pythons again, and you guys are more than welcome to come up and chat with us about more animals and more snakes that we have. You got a question?
What snake?
Why do you Why is she named Ocelot? Ocelot is type of wildcat.
Exactly. So we at Animalia, we have leopard and Siamese. So we actually like to name our animals after other animals so that we can teach you guys about it. Because like Rue, her mom is named Kinga, and if you add Kinga, that's right. And we've also got Wallaby, and they're from Australia. So where are kangaroos from? Where are kangaroos from? Australia. So we like to name our animals after other animals so we can teach you guys about other animals besides, because do you think that we have a kangaroo?
No.
Do you think that we have an ocelot? No. So we just teach you guys about them.
might hop all over the place.
Alright, so
Hop on my head and poop on it.
thank you guys.
And you probably don't. We
Samuel.
probably. What's she doing? And we probably shouldn't. We should probably bring a wild bird because
Sam, is that appropriate? Alright. Yeah, just go ahead and get those out. Ocelot, get back in your... And she's very, very friendly, and she likes to try and get out of her pillowcase often.
why?
Because she wants to be out and see you guys. She's one of our, all of our snakes are very friendly, but she's one of the ones that goes out on the most programs. Yes, she is a very, very social animal. So, if you notice on our snakes, when you look around them, they actually have, a lot of people think that they have a very, very long tail, but they actually don't. Their tail is actually very, very small. It's usually only about this big. So if you look on the skeleton, you see all of their ribs, but I'll come around, it's okay. If you look on the skeleton and on the ribs stop down here towards the tail. So there's only about this big of a tail. Yep. So they've got a lot of ribs, whereas we don't have very many ribs.
No, we only have just less of them.
Yes, that's right. So we don't need that many ribs, though, do we? Because
Can he move?
no, this one's just a skeleton.
Yeah, it doesn't
So
move
if
very
you notice
much
right
because
here,
it's just a skeleton.
And skeleton so kind.
yep, snake. And if you look,
Seriously, feels like leather. Really smooth, not fun.
Ma'am?
so there's actually a very large snake that used to be longer than all of our snakes combined. Okay.
What type of
This-
snake is that?
This is a titanoboa.
Skeleton.
A titanoboa. And these guys were almost, let's see. So this guy, he is 6 foot. And our animals are probably only 5 foot, 2.5 feet, 3 feet.
But
This guy was, look at this, 43 feet long. This is a bus. It was longer than a bus.
but with its head and its long head,
Yep.
it's kind of
A titanoboa. So if you notice, they had to make, this is a very long hallway that they have him all curled up in.
Is it real?
It used to be real, but it's no longer alive. Because we have, well, we wouldn't be able to do anything with this because we wouldn't have any space for it. That's why we don't have like an anaconda or a Burmese python or any ones like that, because they get way too big for us to be able to take out on programs. Because do you think that I would be able to hold like a 15-foot snake by myself?
No, you have some help.
I'd have to have some help. I think I'd have to have more than just her helping me, right?
Yeah, you would have about 100 people help you.
I would. I'd have to have all of you guys help me. So,
I would help.
thank you guys for coming and checking us out. So we're gonna have these guys out, And you guys are more than welcome to just come up and chat with us some more. And if you guys want to take pictures or anything, you guys are more than welcome to come up and check it out. We do have an open house on August 1st from 1 to 5, and where you can come to our actual facility and check out our animals that don't normally come out on programs. And you can also see the animals that do come out on programs. So it's just the one really big, long program. It is at our facility in Thorntown, and that's about 35 minutes away from here. Okay? And if you guys want to check more information out, we do have it all on our website and our Facebook. You guys can come up and get bookmarks, because I know that you need bookmarks for your summer reading program, right? Yeah. So you guys can come up and get some of that and check out some really cool snake books and come and check out the rest of our animals. All right?
Whoa, it's big.
Yep.
He's big.
Yep. This is Siming,
Funny.
and then that's Leopard.
Oh, leopard.
Yep.
Like the clouded leopard.
Yep.
Or the black
Or leopard.
Actually,
Or just a regular leopard.
That's right.
yeah. I read there was another leopard called the
Yep.
That's the nickname for the cloud leopard.
Which one do you want?
We have books back here. Would you like to look at some books? Snakes.
Leopard.